Hi everyone, good evening. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat box. Hi guys, hi everyone. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. All right, awesome. Okay, great, great. Okay, yes. All right, hi everyone. All right, so I can see everyone saying hi. Hi everyone, how are we doing today? All right, hi everyone, how are we doing? Can we see my screen before we continue? Um, okay, great. All right, hi. All right, awesome. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to today's pre-resumption hangouts. So, I saw a lot of your responses when you guys heard hangouts in quotes, right? I just wanted to chat with everyone, see how we're all doing, and just clear some doubts and have some conversations with everyone about different things, different questions that everyone has had so far, right? So, feel free. This is going to be just a very chill conversation, a relaxed conversation. It's nothing serious, um nothing too serious, right? It's just going to be a very chill conversation just to get to know me and you guys more before resumption. So as everyone knows, resumption is okay. I hope I'm still audible. Okay, can see someone say my video quality is poor. Is that correct? Or you guys can see me? Okay. All right. All right. So okay, you can see me. All right. Awesome. So as I was saying, okay, you can see me. Great, great. So as I was saying, this is just before we have our actual onboarding. So there are going to be onboarding sessions. I think I'll dive better into all of the different things you should expect when we start, right? But before that, I would like to know. Okay, both my audio and visual are good. All right, great, guys. So I would just like to know how are we doing? How has your week been? Today is Friday. Yay, TGIF, right? So thank God it's Friday. So first of all, I think before we start, I would like to know how is everyone doing? How are you doing? How was your week? Just let me know. One word: fine, tired, sleepy. As for me, I'm quite tired. I had a long week, a lot of things to do, but um, let me know. I would like to see how everyone is feeling. Also, you could be tired and you're still fine, right? Because you get to relax this weekend. Okay, I'm seeing your response. I'm seeing a lot of tired. All of us tired gang, right? Fine. Okay, productive, Faith. I'm so glad mine was also productive, but it was exhausting. Stressed. Toria, why was yours stressed? So sleepy. All right. Keep your responses coming in. I would love to know how you're doing. I think I would also love to send a reminder to everyone. So feel free to drop a reminder on the group chat. Remind your friends, remind everyone that this has started. Would love if more people can join in. I think currently we have about 100 people here, which is still an okay number, but let's see if we can get more people to join so that we get to answer everyone's questions. We get to have fun. We get to know each other better before resumption as well. Um, all right. Uh, all right. All right. So, all right. So that seeing how everyone was awesome, tired, recovering. I hope for a lot of us that were tired, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to rest, take time out to rest today, take them out to rest. Tomorrow, over the weekend, please. As much as we're working hard, rest is also needed. Productive but stressful. I thank you so much for your responses. All right. So yeah, diving into today's session because I don't want to waste much of our time. Hopefully we can be done with this in the next 1 hour and everyone that is tired can go ahead to rest for the rest of today. All right. So first, I will love us to do a little check-in. Drop one emoji, or even want to type out how you feel about starting your journey with Old School Africa, right? So I would love to know how we are feeling about we're starting soon. Next month is November. Sorry, tomorrow is November, right? And by then we'll be counting down days, 10 days, 9 days to go, right? Literally have 10 days to go. And I would love to know how we are all feeling. Are you excited? Are you a bit nervous or anxious about the journey? Are you scared? Are you just meh, just in between? You don't know. You're not excited. You're not anxious. You're just in between. You're just okay. What's all the hype about? All right, let me see how everyone is doing. Okay, blessed. I can see a crying emoji. Are you sad? Are you sad about the journey? Okay, Faith is excited. Excited. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of excited faces. Hmm. I think I saw a meh. Who is meh? Please don't feel shy about how you feel. Right. Own how you feel. Okay, Brown. Brown is meh. Both excited and curious. All right. In between, you have been waiting for this. Yes, I know a whole lot of you guys have been waiting for this for a very long time. There's some people that have been waiting for this, I think, for as far back as June, July. But finally, we're starting. I'm in between. Okay, I can't wait to get this started. All right, all right. I think I'm seeing a lot of excited and happy, which is good. For all of us that are in between and meh and anxious, it's okay. That's understandable. I can't expect everyone to be happy. All right. So hopefully with time you get to enjoy your journey. And your meh gets to change to something that you're actually happy to do, or you're looking forward to doing, right? And it, like I said, it's okay. You don't have to be happy. For people that are sad or tired, I know there's some people here that uh they can't wait for it to start, right? Already, and that's fine. And hopefully we're going to start very soon, and hopefully it's going to be worth your while, worth your time, and worth all your waiting. So I think we're going to go now to the agenda for today, right? So this is how today's whole conversation, right, or hangouts, right, is going to go, right? So first we'll play a little game. Like I mentioned, I would like to get to know all of you more better. I know within the 1 year I would know a lot of you more better. I would get to know your names, know who you are a lot more better. I would have a lot more of these like conversations more often. But I would still like to get to know some people here. You also get to know me too as well. Uh, like I said, obviously I can't get to know all 400 of you, but with time in the next 1 year, we'd get to know ourselves better. And would have I would briefly explain how your journey is going to look like. As I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a dedicated onboarding session, right, where you get full information about everything. But I know everyone is curious, everyone is asking a lot of questions. People are in my DMs, you guys are sending emails. There are a lot of things that are unclear, right? And I would also love to settle some of that and answer as much questions as possible, right? And then we'll play a little video, 2 minutes video, and then I would also take some of your questions. So as you guys can probably see on Zoom, there's a section for question and answer. You can see a Q and A, if you can find that with Zoom, right? So you can drop your questions there. Please drop your questions there. Don't drop it in the chat box, so that I can be able to find all your questions and answer them when it's time for the question and answer session. Is that good? So please try and navigate and find the question and answer section on your Zoom, and drop, if you have any questions, you can drop them while I'm explaining things, while I'm talking. Feel free to drop them there. And when it's time for question and answers, I would be able to answer all your questions, right? So please don't drop it in the chat box, because everyone is going to be chatting, and it might get lost in the conversation. All right. and then finally would end today's session. So that's how it's going to go. All right. So okay. All right. So let's start. Hi everyone once again. My name is Aderisola, but short form just call me Darren. Everyone calls me Darren. Okay, so I'm going to be a community manager in the 1 year that are going to be here at Old School Africa. We also have another community manager who is the senior community manager here at Old School. That's Tabitha. I know some of you might have met her on the WhatsApp channel, or you might have seen her say hello and chat with us a little bit. But Tabby and I take turns, right, in managing different cohorts. So Tabby is managing the cohorts that came before you guys, right? And I'm managing you guys. So mostly you will see my face for the whole full year, except very few scenarios, maybe when I'm unavailable or I'm on leave or something, Tabby may come in for a few days to just take over. But it's mostly my face you're going to see for the next 1 year here at Old School. And also, you'd also get to meet more staff. You would have program managers. Those are people that are in charge of your different schools and your tracks. You'll meet a whole lot more people. I'll explain that when it's time for the part for about your old school journey, right? So you'll still meet a lot more other staff and people here at Old School. Yes, but for now, this is me. This is Hi. This is Aderian Sola that you see on WhatsApp. All right. So I think we can start today's. Let's start. Okay. Yes. So to just break the ice, because I know some people are tense, some people are like, what's going on? Right. So let's just play a little game. And basically, the game is I would like to get to know you a lot better, right? So as you can see, I would ask, and there are different options, and you let me know which you are. You're not allowed to choose more than one option. You can only choose one. Okay. So first we'll start with which one best describes your learning style. There are a whole lot of different people that learn with different in different capacities, right? So would you say you are a visual learner? You're someone you have to see what is being taught. Or are you someone, you learn auditory, that's with, listening, if you go to a class, if a teacher teaches you, you understand better? Or are you someone that you have to read it and then write it down? Or are you more of a practical learner? So I'd like to know your answers. Okay. Hands-on, practical, okay. Visual. Okay, I've seen a mix of different things, but I think I've seen a lot of practical. Okay. So that means you guys like for practical, you like when they are given a scenario to try to practice it for yourself, try to apply what you have been taught. That's great. Okay, practice hands on. Okay, keep your answers coming. I can do all. You have to pick one. You have to pick one, or the one that you mostly engage with. I think for a lot of people you could have multiple, but there's probably one that's you know you know you know all right. All right, hands on. Okay, thank you guys. All right. I think for me, I'm a reading and writing. I have to read it and then write it down, and then it sticks better. All right. So the next one is, when do you feel the most productive? I saw someone mention earlier when I asked how was your week. Some people said productive. So when are you most productive? In the morning, the afternoon, at night, or you're one of those people anytime, as long as you have a coffee, you have a drink, you have something to motivate you. Now let me see all the night crawlers, because I know tech people are always night crawlers. I don't know. I've never seen a tech person that is active in the morning. So let me see who is a night crawler. Who's see night. I think okay. Olalekon, you're morning. Yeah, the Tina is morning. These are the only few people. Night. Morning. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of more mornings now. Anytime, always active. I'm not judging you guys. I'm not. I'm also a night crawler. I'm trying to unlearn that, but I'm not judging you guys. I'm also with you. I'm one of you. I'm one of you. Okay. Then let's move on to the next one. Okay, what's your biggest study companion? while you're studying? So are you someone that listens to music? Do you prefer silence, not a single sound? Or, yeah, the munching type, eat, snacking on something, yeah, taking something, or you're having a drink, or yeah, one of those weird people. Okay, sorry if you're the weird, but then you're one of those weird people that you must have a background noise, TV, something playing in the background. Which are you? So let me see. Okay, silence. I'm seeing a lot of silence. Music. Okay, so silence and music is winning. Wow. Where do you guys find silence in your house? Do you guys live alone? Music, snack, snacks. We're still the foodies here. No judgment, but we're still the foodies. Start noting down the foodies. Okay, the snacking. Silence. Okay, silence. I'm seeing background noise. How are you guys reading with background noise? How is that possible? I'm not judging. I just want to know how it's possible. I would like to learn. I'm a music person, so I would like to learn. Okay, well, could we categorize music as background noise? Can we? No judging, but it depends. You can do anywhere, but if it's theory, pure silence. Okay, blessed. Background noise, Japanese Afro. What's Japanese Afro? Steven, I've never heard of that. White noise. Okay. Music is background noise. Okay. You guys are very interesting people. Because what is Japanese Afro? Am I the only one that saw that? Okay. Let's move on before this conversation goes somewhere else. All right. So if old school gave you a superpower, which one would you pick? So, for our engineers here, front end, would you like to have the superpower to be able to debug any code instantly? Or would you rather prefer to never forget what you read? Or would you be able to, for our designers here, build an app or a dashboard for, data analysis in 1 minute? Or would you rather prefer to like always pass every assessment, straight all through all school, best graduating students? So let me see what you guys have to say. Um, Rita, never forget what I read. So that means Einstein level of knowledge. Your brain is, you just have, you're accumulating so much. Well, everybody say never forget what you read. Okay, but what if you don't have to apply what you have read? What if? What if debug a code instantly? Okay, we're seeing our designers here. A lot of people are going for never forget. What are you going to use with that knowledge? How many things are you going to read? So that means you won't forget what they have probably taught you, like how many, like in university. What do you need that knowledge for? If I don't forget what I read, I would always pass. Okay, I see. Who said that? Raphael. Okay, you're onto something. I see what you're saying. Okay, I like solving problems. I would love to debug instantly. All right. I want to say, hands up if I forfeited. No, for please, you guys should graduate. Stay in school, please graduate. Okay. But all right, this is very interesting. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay. Um, if you had unlimited internet for 24 hours, what will you do first? Let me see. What are you going to do first? Are you going to binge watch Netflix, YouTube, just start watching, downloading all your videos? Or are you going to log into your LMS? So that, for those who don't know, your LMS is your learning management system here at old school. Are you going to learn with your unlimited internet? or for the gamers or football watchers are going to game. I feel like a lot of people are going to scroll on social media, and I'm judging you and I'm judging me because I'm also going to scroll on social media if I had unlimited internet. Okay, none. Who said none? Who is this person that is immune to Ayo? None. I would like to be like you. Please teach us. You're not going to do anything with your limited internet. Wow. Or none of the options that I gave. Maybe you do something else. Let us know. I love this. The smart students, Samuel, Sadiq, LMS. Watch your videos. Yes. Be serious. Don't be like the rest of us. Okay. I've seen a lot of scroll on social media. You can watch later. But your data is the unlimited data is for one day. Just one day of seriousness. I'm not supporting this though. Jokes aside. All right, let's move to the next one. Could you not live without? Hmm. So is it your laptop, your phone, headphones, or your power bank? You have to choose one. Tech gadget. Guys, can you not live without? All of you saying phone. How do you want to code? How do you want to learn? Or are those saying phone? Are you guys product marketing, product management students? How do you guys want to design? How do you want to create your dashboard if you are picking phone? With your laptop, you can still log in. Okay, phone. Okay, Trust said it's his phone that brings him money. Fair enough. Okay, you cannot live without your phone. Okay, I'm not judging. Sorry. What you cannot live without. You can make calls from your laptop if need comes. What would I pick? I feel like currently in my life I'll pick my laptop. Currently, because my phone, I'm tired of my phone. I'll pick a laptop because I have to work. It's my laptop that brings me money. As the person that said it's his phone that brings him money, it's my laptop that brings me money. How would I be on this call if not for my laptop? Exactly. All right. Someone just buy a laptop, so you go with laptop. Perfectly fine. You just but it needs to use your money. Okay, I think we'll soon end. Which would you rather have? Unlimited data and fast Wi-Fi forever, a brand new MacBook Pro, which is a laptop, or a personal AI assistant that does your coding or design work? Or would you prefer a guaranteed remote job, tech job abroad? This is very interesting because they are all nice things. They're all nice things. Which one do you want? You cannot pick all. Who's the person that said all? You can't have. You can't eat your cake and have it. You can't have everything. Why do you guys want everything? You can't have all. All right. I've seen a lot of people pick job, which is smart. With your job, you can buy a laptop. Maybe some people already have a tech job, so they don't need another tech job. A tech job, AWS to be precise. I love that. Pick the exact one that you want. A guaranteed remote tech job. All right. This is also interesting and funny. A tech job, I'll use the money from that to get rest. All right. All right. So I think majority wins this time. A tech job. All right. So would you rather have the perfect money a mentor in your field, a team that always meets their deadlines, endless motivation to access to every paid tech course for free? Which would you rather have? Okay, this is a mix of different things, right? Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of mentor and what else am I seeing? Access to every paid tech course for free. So you just want to be learning for free, learning forever. All right. It's nice seeing everyone's different. Endless motivation. Franklin. A team that always meets their deadlines, a star stellar team. Learning to your brain begs you to stop. All right. All right. Thank you guys. So I think this is the final one. Would you rather have 1 million naira cash, the ability to teleport anywhere, never get tired no matter how long you work, or a year's worth of free electricity? Who created the slides? It's me. I'm the one that created it. Hmm. Let me see. Which one would I pick? Ability to teleport anywhere. I just want to teleport and I'm in Dubai or I'm in the Maldives. Someone said ability to teleport anywhere. Bandi won't kill me. That's the Nigerian. If you're on Bandi, I understand. Okay, so we should talk. Okay, so what if I change the naira to dollars? But it's naira that is there, so let's go with what's there. We can't change it. So no one is picking. I don't think I've seen anyone pick. Never get tired, no matter how long they work. So you guys don't want to work. You want to rest. Okay, you did. Okay, bong. All right. Sorry, I missed that. Hang on. Okay, Titilayo, you don't want to get tired. You guys don't want to rest. I think teleporting is winning this round. Please, workaholics. You guys are workaholics. Exactly. Faith, you don't want to rest. You just want to be working. Ah, Faith, Faith, pick the 1 million. Rest, rest. Pick the 1 million and rest. All right. So I think that's the final icebreaker game. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. If you enjoy it, did you guys enjoy it? Thumbs up or let me know. That was the rest of your 40s. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, yes, the 1 million will finish. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. This was actually very fun. I hope it was fun. Let me know. I hope it was fun for you guys. Just wanted to know how everyone is. Now I know Faith is a workaholic and Ubong, you guys want to retire. You continue working and you retire when you're in your 40s. That's fine. Right. And I hope you guys also get to know me a bit better. Yes, we'll definitely do this again. From time to time in our journey, we would have check-in calls. I would have sessions like this with you. We'll play a little game. I'll see how you guys are doing, ask different questions about your learning journey, get feedback, and then we'll continue. Do give away. All right. I would consider that next time. All right. Thank you guys. So now I think to the main part of why most of us joined, to learn more about our learning journey, right? So it's resuming school, and I would just like to talk about the different things that we need to prepare for the first week, how things are going to go. But be rest assured, a lot of your questions, a lot of the things that you need, right? And the answers to different questions and things that you have in your head are going to be resolved with time. Please just make sure you're always on the lookout for different sessions. Make sure you're always opening your emails, right? To get information about everything that you need to know throughout your journey. Okay, so first of all, I would like to start with onboarding. So first, I would like to start with onboarding because most likely I want to believe everyone here. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I want to be sure that everyone here has gotten either a link to join Slack, which is going to be your community throughout your 1 year journey, or you should have also gotten a link to how to access your LMS. So I saw someone ask, what is LMS? LMS is your learning management system, right? So that's where you would have to log into. There'll be videos there. I'm sure a lot of you, I've seen questions about, them not seeing videos there or some things. There will be videos there. You would also have classes which are once a week. Everything that you need to know will be on your LMS. And then there's also going to be Slack, right? So for Slack, that's where your community is going to be on. I know currently there's some people on a WhatsApp group, and that WhatsApp group is actually going to be dissolved. It's going to be deleted. The WhatsApp group was just for while you were writing assessments, right? Throughout your 1 year journey, I'm not going to be communicating with you on WhatsApp. It's going to be on Slack, right? So please try as much as possible to join the Slack channel. Please check your email. You should have gotten a link on or an email on how to join the link. So for everyone that's asking you want to join the WhatsApp, to be honest, I personally believe that there's no need to join the WhatsApp group because it's going to be deleted, right? By resumption time. By November 10th, it's going to be deleted and everyone should have joined Slack. So that is where so you should be interested in joining Slack, not the WhatsApp group, right? Because that's where conversations are going to happen going henceforth when you join. Okay. As I mentioned when I started this, if you have any questions, please drop it in the Q&A section. All right, and then I'll take the questions after this session. All right. So where was I in my explanation? One moment, please. All right. So yes, so as I mentioned, in the first week when you resume in November 10th, that first week would be whole lot of onboarding meetings. So you meet with me again. Maybe Tabby, if she's free, she will join the call as well. You would have another onboarding session with your program managers. So those are the people that are in charge of your learning, everything that has to do with your curriculum, the different things you're going to be learning. That's where you would find it. That those are the people you would meet with, right? So they would have a session, they would explain your learning journey, how what you're going to learn, the different things you need to take note of. I just explain it to you. You'd also get an email about that. So that's how your first week is going to go. It's mostly you just trying to settle in and getting all the information that you need. And I think most likely by Thursday or Friday, they will let you know you would have your first live class. So live class is just like a session like this. You join the session, but with your instructor, and your instructor will explain and break down some different topics that you would have probably seen on your LMS. Okay, so he'll just explain things, a topic for the week, and you can ask your questions there and all of that, right? So that's how it will go for the first week, and then continuously every week you have one live class every week. The learning team would break down and explain the different things, assignments, attendance, all of that, explanation about everything when the time is right. So please just be patient for everyone that wants to find out about that. When resumption starts, you'll get all of that information. Okay. So now moving on to LMS and live class. I think I've already touched on that. Your LMS, you should have gotten, if you have passed your assessment, you should have gotten, like I see people talking about that, yes, they have gotten, you should have gotten an email with a login details like a password and your email and a link for you to click on to join your LMS. So please make sure you do that. And you should have also gotten invites to Slack as well. If you have not, I would address that later on and then would resolve that. So I think I can see some people also asking about payments. So yes, payment is made on your LMS. So it's when you log into your LMS, that's learning at allschoolafrica.com, right? That is where you are able to make payment. So payment is not done on your portal. That's where you have been, where you took your assessments. Payment is not done there. It's on your LMS. That's where you're going to be using. So when you log in, you would navigate to the billing section, and then it's straightforward from there. You should be able to make payments there. If I know there's a video on this, I can share that. But if you guys want me to show a tutorial or explanation, I'll do that after this call when we're taking questions. If you want that, let me know. All right. So for as I was explaining for payments, yes. So I've seen a lot of questions and people asking about what's the deadline, when is the deadline for payments, when is the deadline for payments, when is the deadline for payments. All right. The deadline for payments there's no a specific. I mentioned that we advise everyone to make payments before it starts. So like as I explained, you are starting November 10th, but your first live class will most likely be a Thursday or Friday, right? The learning team will let you know when that will be. So it's advisable to make payments before your live class, right? So your live class may be on the 14th or 15th, right? Resumption is November 10th, which is a Monday. Let me check the calendar so I can give you guys exact dates. So resumption is November 10th, which is a Monday. So your first live class will either be on the 13th or 14th, but the learning team will communicate that to you, right? Which day it will be. And you should have made payments before that day. Reason why I am saying so is because live class links, so this, just like how you got a Zoom link to attend this session, you would also get a link to attend your live classes, right? And it's only those that have made payments and completed payments that will get the live class link. So if you have not made any payments, you would not get the live class link. So basically, the deadline for payment is up to you. If you delay making payments, if you don't make payment until the end of November, it means you would not be getting live class links. You would not be able to learn. Basically, you cannot access your learning content. You will not be able to join classes, right? You won't be able to do anything. You just be in the community and you're not learning, right? So we advise everyone to make payments before this 13 so that you are able to join the live class links and all of that. So as I've mentioned, a lot of the questions you guys are asking are actually on the Slack channel. So please join there and check the announcement channel and read through all the information. But one, the live classes are recorded, right? And it's like I mentioned, I don't want to say a specific date yet because the learning team will communicate to you, but it will be either on Thursday or Friday by 6 p.m. It's usually 2 hours, 6 to 8 p.m., right? But it will be recorded for those that are unable to attend, and it will now be uploaded on your LMS where you can rewatch again if you missed it. And even if you joined and you just want to rewatch again to learn again, you can watch it there, right? So it's recorded. You'll be able to get all of that information, right? So moving on to how the community runs. Okay. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Yes. So moving on to how the community runs, right? So as I mentioned, the community is strictly on Slack. So that's where I will be communicating. I know I saw someone mentioning that it's not it's not active yet, or all of that. It's because resumption hasn't yet started. As soon as resumption starts, it's going to get a lot more active than it is already, right? I make so there's a let me just explain. Let me break it down to you guys. So I would drop messages for you, announcements for you every Monday. From time to time, you can always feel free to send me a DM on Slack as well. If you have any questions, if you need anything, you can send me a DM. We'll also have very interesting activities and things. There will be student leader elections, right? You would have learning circles. I'll explain all of this properly during the onboarding session, but just a little explanation. You would have, groups. We'll put you into groups, circles with friends so that you can learn together, you know, learn together and ask questions, study together, study buddies basically. You would also have student leader elections where you have student leaders for each track, so you have maybe a president for the School of Engineering, a vice president for School of Data, all of that, and even people for the different tracks that you have. And you can always feel free to meet with them. They are basically going to be would I say, your speakers, because as someone said, I cannot know everyone that would be in the program, right? But you can always meet these guys, ask your questions, and if you have any issues, they would always communicate with me, right? I speak to them almost every day. They would communicate with me. If there are any issues, they will let me know. Oh, Darren, there's no there's no live class link for so. Oh, Darren, the School of Data, we cannot access this. Oh, Darren, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. And I would be able to take it up with the management or the team in charge and help them resolve that, right? So typically that's how it's going to go. Would also have a lot of interesting webinars, from time to time we find speakers. Tabby and I, we do our research, we find speakers, some speakers reach out to us, We have interesting sessions like, LinkedIn optimization, like, CV writing, different things that we know that is going to be beneficial for you in your learning journey, right? So we have webinars. We would always communicate when, like, a week before. You see it in the announcements channel on Slack. You will see all the things you need to know about the webinar. Invites will be sent to you. So there are always interesting things that are going to be happening in the community. The community is not just about, chatting with your friends, right? But it's going to be very informational for you. You would also Your instructors will also be on your Slack community as well, so you can always reach out to them, ask questions on the groups with them, have conversations with them, and all of that, right? So I hope I've been able to properly explain. Like I said, there will still be a very much detailed onboarding about the community. There would also be a detailed onboarding about your learning journey, the learning team. I cannot answer much questions about the learning team because I'm not part of the learning team, right? Um, but there will be very detailed explanation about, the learning team. You would have assignments, you would have projects, they would have deadlines as well. You have to submit your assignments, projects, different things that you need to do. There would also be a whole lot, right? But like I said, there's this particular dedicated webinar to onboarding for your learning, and the learning team would explain all of this. If you have questions, you can ask all of this during that period. There's also an onboarding guide that I'll probably share with us after this call as well, right? So fear not, guys, right? So hmm. So now, should we watch? Because I'm seeing a lot of questions, right? And I have not answered all of these questions yet because I needed to explain all what I needed to explain first, right? So, should I take your questions now, or would you like us to? Because I actually planned for a video. So, should we take your questions or should we watch the video first? What's everyone's votes? I'm waiting for everyone to vote. Should we take questions? Okay, let's watch the video then answer questions after. All right. Okay, so video. All right. All right. I'm seeing a lot of video. All right. So we'll watch the video and then I would answer all your questions. No worry, guys. I'm going to answer everyone's question. So please just relax. Please, as I mentioned, drop your questions in the Q&A section. If you drop your question in the chat box, I may miss it, right? So it's not my fault if I miss it. So please, I'm seeing people drop questions in the chat box and I may miss it because the chat box, different things are already playing or already dropping, right? So please, if you have a question, drop it in the Q&A section and I would answer it. Someone James can't find the Q&A section. Please, if someone can help him out. I use a phone to join today's call, James. You should be able to on your phone. You should be able to find it in more. Um, just like how you found the chat box. So please, if someone else can help him out on how to find the Q&A section, please do. I'm joining on my laptop, so I can see it. So I don't know. Okay, so someone is explaining. Tap your screen, click on more. Yeah, then you should find the Q&A. It's Did also Q and A. That's how it should be there. Yeah, so drop it there. All right, so everyone has voted for the video, so let's watch the video. So basically, this video is just a 2 3 minutes video, right? It's one of our learners, previous learners that has graduated, just a day in her life, so that you can understand. This is why I started video, so you can understand how your learning journey is going to be like, right? And how you would also need to put in work. As much as we're here to help you learn, you would also need to put in the work, right? You guys need to also show up. It's going to be hard, right? I'm not going to, like Nigerians will say, bobo you, right? It's not going to be an easy journey, but it's going to be worth it, right? So this video is just to show you how her journey was and what to expect. It's 3 minutes, so obviously it's not everything, but it's still going to be something, right? So one moment while I try to get the video. All right, so this is it. Can everyone see my? Can we see thumbs up? All right.
Do you and the world will adjust. Don't let anything change who you are. Just make sure you're always the best version of yourself every time. Hello, my name is Aditono Adishola Rachel. I'm a student from Old School Africa in the front end engineering track. I'm here to show you a day in my life. Away from schooling, I'm a current serving corps member in Lagos State. So while I'm not my place of primary assignments, I'm at home and watching my LMS video, trying to catch up with my classes, coding and doing little things relating to front end engineering. My learning schedule, typically, I just set 3 hours aside in a day to try to code because some days my morale is low. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to learn anything new. But I just remember why I started. And I'm like, okay, no, we're not doing this. Let's go and learn something. But even if some days I don't want to learn anything at all, I do not learn anything at all. But what keeps me in check are my
Okay,
watchwords,
sorry guys, I'm
motivation,
just seeing
and
your comments. Some people saying the video is skipping. Okay, it's slow. Okay, wait. Let's try again. Sorry guys. Uh,
some of Tabitha's my morale is low. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to learn anything new. But I just remember why I started. And I'm like, okay, no, we're not doing this. Let's go and learn something. But even if some days I don't want to learn anything at all, I do not learn anything at all. But what keeps me in check are my watchwords, motivation, and some of Tabitha's Monday motivation speeches too. Goes a long way. I just try to balance them up, even if they might not be easy sometimes. Like some days I'm thinking about deadline for the assignment while I'm at work, and while I'm like doing my front end stuff at home, I just remember that I have to do this at work, I have to do that. So it's just balance, and because I love what I do, so it's
okay,
kind
so I'm still saying a lot of us saying that it's still skipping. So I think we might have to skip this video, right? Okay, one moment, guys. I'm coming. Oops, I think I mistakenly stopped sharing. Okay, what's happening? What's happening? Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Yes, so the link is actually available. I was going to share the link after as well, but I wanted us to just try and watch it together here. But I think I'll just share the video. But we have there are a lot more other videos, excuse me, like this. But so we had I think recently with the current course that just graduated, we had a learner that she's a mom of three. So I just wanted to see the dynamics of different learners because I know a whole lot of us. I'm dropping the link now, but I know a whole lot of us have different things that we're doing, right? Other than coming to learn at old school. There are some of us here that are in university. There's some people here that have a 9 to 5 job, right? Some people here that like the lady in this video, has NYSC, a core member for Nigerians, right? And there's some people here that, they are moms, they're dads, you have kids, you have a 9 to 5, you have a life, you have different things that are doing, right? So having all of this and still trying to juggle it with learning at old school Africa. So I just wanted us to see that dynamics of things, right? And see how she intentionally had to make out time. Like I mentioned, it's not going to be easy, but you intentionally have to actually try your best. So yes, there's also yes, working a remote job as well. Like it's also not easy, right? You also have to give yourself the motivation to actually try as much as possible to learn, try as much as possible to open your LMS, watch your videos, do it self-discipline basically. You're right, Yusuf, self-discipline, right? You have to have that discipline to do it because there will be assignments, there will be deadlines, there will be exams, there will be things that you would have to do, right? And it's not going to be easy. You'll be tired, right? But even if it's dedicating, I tell learners, even if it's dedicating, you can be busy through Monday to Friday with life. But even if it's dedicating the weekend, okay, this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to watch my videos. I'm going to try to do my assignments and do everything that I need to do, right? Because I know I'm busy during the week, you have to make out that time, right? If it's that, oh, okay, I know that I have to go to work, right? Maybe you have to wake up earlier just so I can watch one video, 30 minutes, and then go to work. Or maybe while you're in the bus, going to work, instead of, scrolling through Instagram or, listening to music or whatever you guys do on your way to work, right? You can decide to play the video on your phone, right? Log into your LMS on your phone and watch it, right? Or, break time at work, in between work, you decide that, okay, maybe while you're having lunch, instead of scrolling or watching a YouTube video or Netflix, let me just watch one video. It's those little things that would accumulate to something, right? So that's why I just wanted us to watch that video. But I'll share the link definitely. There are a whole lot of other videos like that. There are a lot of other people that had different challenges while they were learning, trying to juggle life and also learn at all school Africa. And I hope we can see that it's not impossible, right? There's someone else out there that it's has a similar journey to you, right? Maybe not the exact same, but has a similar journey, and you can see that it's possible, it's doable, right? It's not impossible to do, right? So you just need to be self-disciplined, like everyone else has said, and you need to put in the work. James, I can see you saying like you're paying for it, money will not waste. But there's some people that still let the money waste, right? We have to be chasing them to submit assignments. We have to be chasing them to, write their exams, people giving excuses. But do you understand? So I just wanted us to see that. So now I think we'll go to question and answers and then we can end today's session. Yes, I can't wait to see you guys 1 year from now. So I'm going to take your questions one by one. I'm opening the Q&A section. All right. So I think the first one I can see is about deadline for payments, and I have answered that, but I'll just answer it again because I know that maybe some people didn't hear me the first time. So, as I mentioned, deadline for payments that we advise everyone is to make payments before classes start. So, as I explained, your resumption is November 10th, which is on a Monday. But your live class, your first live class with your instructor, is going to be most likely a Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. The learning team will let you know what dates that will be. Okay, so but let's imagine your first class is on Friday, right? Friday, 6 p.m. Let's imagine, right? This is imagine, remember, Friday, 6 p.m. So, and Friday, 6 p.m. is the 14th of November. So it means you have to have made payments before that because we only send live class links, which is a Zoom link, to those who have made payments. You only get to access your LMS videos, right? Like the lady was mentioning, the videos that you can use to aid in your learning. So other than meeting with your instructor, there are some videos that we upload on your LMS that you can watch and you can learn about, and then your instructor comes to explain what you have watched. So you cannot access those videos unless you make payments. So basically, you have to make payments before your live class. For example, on the 14th. If you decide to make, because I saw someone saying, oh, you want to make payment on the 27th, that's fine. But it just means you would have missed class for, I think, between the 14th and the 27th. That's for maybe like 2 weeks. You would have missed class. That's just what it means, right? And it's when you make payments by the 27th, you'll be able to then watch your videos or your classes, right? So I hope this has addressed. Please, guys, let me know in the chat box, yes or no. Let me know. I hope this has addressed your questions about payments. Right. Moving on to the next question. Um, all right. Okay, I'm seeing yes. All right. So, all right, great. All right. So, next question. I've had difficulty trying to log into Slack with the login information I was provided with my email from you guys. Okay. What difficulty have you, like, what does it show you when you try to log in? So, for anyone that has had difficulty trying to log in, so let's say, for example, you are trying to log in and it tells you the link has expired, or um I don't know what else, or I don't know what other errors can show you, right? For those that have difficulties trying to log in, please send an email right now, or when you can, if you're not with your phone right now, send an email right now, or when you can, to um community@oldschoolafrica.com. So when you send an email there, just send an email saying, "Oh, hi, I'm having difficulty trying to log in. It's showing me an error." You can probably attach an image of what is showing you, or let us know what is showing you, and you will probably be sent another link that you can use, right? So for those having difficulty, Angus, I can see you spamming the chat box, and I do not appreciate that. I mentioned that if you have questions, drop it in the Q&A section. But because you are spamming and I do not like that, I'm going to answer. You have not gotten a link to Slack yet. You should have gotten a link to Slack, because only those that were sent link to this Zoom invite have gotten a link to Slack. So please check your email. If you got a link, Angus, unless if you did not get a link to log into your LMS, if you have gotten a link to log into your LMS, immediately after you should have gotten one to Slack. Check your email, search for "you have been invited to Slack." It is there. Everyone's saying that you have not got it. So far, if you got a link to this session, only those that have been added to Slack have got it. So please check your spam, check your promotions, check everywhere. It should be there. And if it's not there, as I mentioned before, send an email to community@allschoolafrica.com, and then we'll look at it and then we'll sort it out. So please, you don't need to spam the chat box. All right. Thank you very much. Let me move on to the next. Oh my god, what's happening? And basically this is for everyone that has passed assessments. Okay. For everyone that, if you have not gotten a link, then please, like I mentioned, send a mail to community@allschoolafrica.com. So I hope I've addressed everyone with Slack issues, or if you have any Slack issues, just mail community@allschoolafrica, and as soon as we can, we'll reply you. All right. So um because of time, I'm trying to hurry up. As all school graduates, do we qualify for the NYC program? I don't know what you mean by qualify for the NYC program. So that's, I know for NYC is you need to have graduated from university to be able to do your NYC. So all school is not a university, right? We are a diploma program, so I don't think it doesn't qualify you to do your NYSC, right? So I hope that answers your question. It shows you're anonymous here, so I don't know who exactly asked that question. But if you can give more clarity into what your question is about, let me know. Um, Chinolo, Cynthia, I can see you asking a question about there is a WhatsApp community. How do you join? So you should have gotten a link to join this WhatsApp community when you first registered. So for the people that first, like when you applied to old school or you registered, you made your payment for registration before you even wrote assessment. You should have gotten an email from us saying, "Hi, this is how to take your assessment, blah 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 blah." For people that got that, right, there was a link there to join the WhatsApp group. But however, as I explained, the WhatsApp group is going to be dissolved when resumption begins, because it's only Slack that you're going to use. So personally, I would say that there's no need to join the WhatsApp community, because what happens there is nothing grand, right? Every information is still also dropped on the Slack community. So if you're on the Slack community, I think that's perfect. Uh, okay. Daniel, on the platform, it was stated that candidates who pass the cutoff score may be eligible for scholarship. After scoring 95, I reached out to confirm this, but I was informed that scholarship is unavailable. Can you clarify why this is the case and let me know if there's any additional? So yes, the scholarship was open for a time frame. Um, I can't remember when, but I know it was sometime when in November. No, yeah, tomorrow is November though. But I think it was open in September or so, and it was open for just a little while. And it means maybe you applied after, or you were trying to apply or for the scholarship after it had closed. So that's what it means. But to get more clarity on this, please email scholarships@allschoolafrica.com. And again, you scoring 95 is not the only, doesn't automatically mean you get a scholarship. Even if you applied for the scholarship, there are other criteria. Scoring above, I think 85 was just the first criteria for you to be considered, right? So it just means, oh, they would look at your application, right? But usually there was like an essay and some other things that you needed to have done to even apply for the scholarship, and it's those with the best applications that were eventually given a scholarship. So there are other criteria other than even just your scoring of 95%, right? So, but like I mentioned, email the scholarships team and they will give more clarity on that. Uh, if I saw a message on Slack channel regarding monthly subscription. Will our subs end same time next month when we haven't even started the course? So as okay, I didn't explain this right, but for people, I know I've gotten a lot of DMs concerning this monthly. For those on monthly subscription, how it works is you are making payments for that month. So, for example, you are learning for 12 months, right? Let's imagine. So, when you open your LMS, you would see month one. Let's imagine you're in front end, month one, front end engineering, blah, 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 right? So, when you make payments for month one, it means you have access to everything in month one, right? So, if to say you made payments today, it doesn't mean your subscription will end by November 31st, right? It doesn't, or there's no November 30th, or November 30th. It doesn't mean that it will end then. It means you only have access to month one. So it's until you make payment for month two that you will have access to month two content, right? So it doesn't mean by the same time next month you will still have access to only month one, but you have to make payments for the second month to be able to access the courses that are inside the second month. I hope, do we understand this explanation, everyone? Please let me know. And the same applies for if you're also applying to, if you also made payments for quarter, right? So I know some people also have made mistaken. Quarter is 3 months, guys. Quarter is 3 months, it's not 4 months. Quarter is 3 months, right? So if you make payments for 3 quarters, it means you have access to month one, month two, month three, and you only have access to that. By the time we get to your learning journey in month four, you won't have access to that and you have to pay. All right. So I think I've answered that. I can see everyone saying yes. So, okay. It means you understand now. Great. All right. I asked some questions about scholarship. As I mentioned, if you have questions about scholarship, please tr- um, message the scholarships team. Is there a best graduating student award category at the end of the program? Yes, there is. There are best graduating students overall. There's best graduating for School of Data, Product Engineering. I think for those that joined, I don't know if anyone here joined graduation for the recent cohorts that just graduated, right? But if you did, you would have seen that there's best graduates and there's a certificate for that, right? So yes, there is, for whoever is asking that. But people that are saying WhatsApp community, as I explained, is going to be dissolved soon. So far you're on the Slack community, that was fine. But if you're looking for the link for that, check your previous mails. Okay. Sorry guys, you guys have asked a lot of questions, so please be patient with me. I think I've answered questions about deadline for payments, deadline. Yes, trust. You can download Slack. So Slack is an app. Yes, you can download it. So please go to your. I don't know if you're using an iPhone or an Android phone. Go to your Play Store or your Apple Store, whichever one. Just search for Slack and download it, and then log in with the same email address um, that you normally use, and you should be able to see the workspaces that you are on. So it will add you to it. But yes, you can actually download the app, but even you can even download it on your laptop as well instead of it being on a website. So you can download it on your MacBook as well or Windows. Yes, so it's available everywhere. You can download it, right? All right. So that's for okay, so Titilayo, you mentioned you have joined Slack, but how do you get access to LMS videos? So w- I believe I believe you should have gotten a mail for how to join Slack, right? So before you got that mail, you should have gotten a mail before that on how to join your LMS. So please check your email. You should have gotten another mail before that. There's a link and there's login details and everything that you need to know. Um for those asking about scholarships, currently, like I mentioned, there is no scholarships, but if you want to know more about that, please mail the scholarships team. Okay, how relevant? So, since someone asking how relevant and currently available at the LMS videos. So LMS videos are always going to be there. Okay, not always going to be there. So your LMS videos are there. So it's whenever you log in, you access it, right? How is it relevant? You need it. That's what you're going to use to learn and become whatever track you're learning, a front-end engineer or whatever you need to learn. And also that's what your instructor is going to explain to you in your live classes, right? So you need to watch your LMS videos so that when you get to class, you're not looking confused when your instructor is explaining things to you, right? You need to be able to have watched those videos. Um, is the live class a fixed day? Yes, it's a fixed day. They would let you know. It might not be a fixed day all through the program, but maybe for first semester, it's going to be, it might be fixed. So maybe it might be Friday. Maybe by the time you get second semester, it might change to another day. But yes, it is a fixed day and it is from 6 to 8 p.m. usually, I think. If there's any other information about that, the learning sim will let you know during your onboarding. Mm, um Sorry guys, I'm trying to check your questions. Okay, so for those, like I mentioned, those that have issues with Slack link, if it's saying that the link has expired, please mail community at All School Africa and we'll sort it out. Okay. When I get in learning structure or timetable, like I mentioned in the learning on body, you get explanation on all of that and how the learning is going to be like. You'd get that when the program begins. All right. How do we know the difference between LMS and old school? So LMS is your learning management system, and this is where you are going to be learning it while here at old school, right? So it's not different. It's a part of old school. I hope I've answered your question, Favor. Okay. These guys should not send more questions. There's so many questions. I have made an annual payment, but I did not get a confirmation email or anything to confirm your payment. Hmm. Okay. So when you made your annual payment, can you access your videos on your LMS? Who asked this question? Dada. Can you, after you made payments, can you access your videos? So that's just the main thing. If after you have made payments, you can, when you log into your LMS, you click on any of the videos and you can play it, then it's good to go. All right. Um, coming. Sorry, guys. All right. So I can see someone asked a very interesting question, Rita. Someone is asking, what does Tinyuka mean? So we typically name the different chords here at Old School, right? So we can differentiate them instead of saying, okay, 2024 chords, because sometimes we might have two chords in a year, right? So instead of saying 2024 or something like that, just like how you know in universities you have class of whatever name, right? So we name our chords here, and we typically have three chords names here at Old School. So we have Baraka, Tinyuka, and Karatu, and they are all from different languages and different things. But Tinyuka is a Rwandan word, and it means dare. It means to dare. You can search it up. It means to dare or to be different, that kind of thing, right? Karatu means to study, right? So we just name our chords different names. Means to, but Tinyuka means to dare, be brave. Yes. Okay. So, David, I've been sending emails to support for change of track, but I haven't gotten any updates. Okay, so David, first of all, I need to know when you sent an email because if you recently did, I don't think change of track is going to be possible any longer, right? Um, but let me know when that is. How can we meet previous students? Is there a general community for all? Yes, so usually when you graduate, there's an alumni community, right? But currently, while you're learning, um it's just those that you're learning with. So everyone that is going to be learning with you right now at the same time, right? But when you graduate, there is access to like an alumni community and you get to meet all the previous people or anyone else, right? I hope I've answered that. Well, I'm seeing a lot of people ask the meaning of Tinyuka. That's interesting that you guys want to know. Okay. Does a payment start reading immediately? I think I've answered this. I'm trying to um not answer the same questions. Okay. So I can see someone saying, are those pre-resumption courses on your dashboard compulsory? Yes, they are actually there for a reason, right? It explains so many things that you guys eventually ask. So please watch those videos. They may seem basic, but there are some things that some people do not understand there, right? So please watch your pre-resumption videos or pre-resumption courses. There are basic things about, they explain how Slack is, the community is, and so many things that I have been explaining here, they are there if you guys had watched them. But some of you guys don't watch it. So please do watch them. They are very important. Right? It may seem irrelevant to you, but just take your time to watch it. I was sent make payment unfortunately. Log in since my email doesn't have an account on the workspace. Okay. I think I've answered this. How many times do we have class a week? Is once a week. I think cybersecurity has theirs twice a week, but you guys will get answers to all of this in the learning onboarding. Yes. Okay, so I'm also seeing a lot of questions about people not being able to answer the pre-resumption courses, right? When they logged into their LMS and it's taking you to billing. So I'll find out about this from the team, right? But eventually you guys will still have to make payments. So I'll still say you should make payments, but I'll find out why that is the case. All right. I don't know the reason why, but I'll find out. Okay. Okay, so for those, okay, also I've seen this question as well, even though I answered it on the group chat. But for those that have made payments, so you have made payments, but when you try to click on the videos, it takes you back to the billing section, right? This is just a slight error. I think it's, I don't know how to explain it that you guys will understand, but it's something that just has to do with linking your payments to the LMS. So calm down, it's not a problem, right? Just email support@oldschoolafrica.com and they would resolve it. Currently, this is the weekend, so I don't know if they will be available to respond and sort that out this weekend. But I am I'm sure that by Monday it's something that will be sorted out, right? So for those that have made payments and maybe you can't access it again, just email support. Um, I've answered all of this. For those that have anything relating to Slack issues, not getting it, all of that, please just send a mail to community@Africa. Please, you guys should not send more questions. This is the last question. Those are the please, is there a certain percentage of attendance to be met as most of us here? Okay, so you guys, NYC has nothing to do with old school, right? NYC is just something that is for Nigerians. But like, is there a certain percentage of attendance to be met? Yes, attendance. I think currently, I think it's about 10 marks. But if to say you're unavailable and you don't attend classes, you can still watch the videos on your LMS. Why am I seeing some of you guys sent the same questions twice? Because why am I still seeing this? Is the Slack the same as LMS? No, Slack is not the same as LMS. Slack is where your community is. LMS is where your learning is going to be. Please, guys. Okay. Whenever I click my pre-resumption courses on my LMS, I've answered this. An exams computer. Yeah, so your exams are going to be multiple choice questions, but sometimes your exams could be a project. So the learning team will let you know whichever is which when it's time for your exams. You would get that information when it's time, right? Would there be a reminder to renew monthly? I think usually you should get a reminder in your email that your subscription is ending. But at the same time, it just means you will not be able to access the next month. So obviously you would know when you get to the next month, right? Because your instructor in your live classes, you would have progressed to the next month. So you would get, but you should get a reminder. Mm. Why isn't the payment portal? Oh my god, I'm trying to. Please, I would love to know how you guys are asking a whole lot of questions. So yes, I'm seeing a lot of questions about practicals, and I'm explained this, and I said that yes, there will be assignments and projects, which is for you to be able to practicalize what you are being taught. So, for example, what can I say? If you are in data analysis or even product design, other than the theory parts, you would be given assignments and projects to actually come up with, design a dashboard, design, a for example, if you're in product design, design a I don't know what you guys design. Design an app or something, right? Or the interface or the login of a particular app or recreate it. So depending on what track you are in or what program you are in, then you'll be given assignments or projects based on that. Right. So it's different for the different would I say tracks, right? And whatever you're coming to learn. You guys, when it's 7, okay, currently I'm in Nigeria, so it's like 7:18 p.m. When it's in the next 10 minutes, I might have to stop answering you guys' questions because the questions just keep on increasing. A lot of these questions that you guys are asking, like I mentioned, will be addressed during the onboarding. So you just need to be patient, right? Why can't God, I'm trying to see. Looks for I think I've explained it for the monthly subscription. It means you just have access to just that month that you made payments to. So it's when you make payments, you get access to the next month. I've answered this. How many times do you make payments? A lot of you guys were sending in your questions twice. Why? Why you guys like this? I need to know about the internship and when we will start after learning. I don't know which internship you guys are talking about, but there is no actual internship with Old School Africa. I don't know who communicated this with you, but there's no actual internship, right? If there are opportunities, someone in our careers team does share, but there's no promised internship, right? Are there going to be practical tutorials or like I mentioned, there are practicals, okay. I think I've answered everyone's question at this point. Um, I'm trying to scroll through everything. Can you pay in advance for upcoming months? I'm not sure about this. Who asked this question? Let me see. I'm trying to find the person that asked that question. But whoever that person is, I will find out and get back to you. But I'm not sure about that. Um, Someone is asking what's the total duration? Total duration of what exactly? Do you mean your learning? Your learning is for a whole year, if that's what you mean. All right. I think I've answered everyone's question, to be honest, because I'm seeing a lot of repeat questions. Now, there are some very interesting people. I'm not going to. There are very interesting people that I've been seeing in the chat book, or I've not been seeing, I've been noticing that maybe cannot drop their questions in the Q&A section. So I think I'll just take a few more questions. So please, if I have not answered your question, we should be rounding up. Yes, Ayo. If I've not answered your question, kindly drop it now in the chat box. If you know that I've not answered your question, please, because I have answered so many questions and there were repeat questions. You sent your change of track on October 10th. All right. So please, David, send another mail to support. And um, but like I mentioned, change of track. I don't know if change of track can be possible any longer. Right. But please send a message to support and you can also CC community and then I can see what can be done. But I don't think change of track can be possible. I really don't know. All right. Please, what is the frequency of tests and exams? Like I mentioned, your whole learning will be explained to you when it is time. I cannot explain everything in less than 1 hour 30 minutes, right? But basically you have 3 semesters while you're here at old school. The first semester is for like 4 months, 4 months like that, right? So you would have an exam at the end of each semester basically, but you might have assignments while you're learning all through. I can't say the frequency of that, right? Okay. Trying to see For those that are saying that you have not been sent a link to the LMS, if you have been sent a link to your Slack, you should have been sent a link to your LMS. So please check your mail very well. But if you claim not to have seen one, please email support at allschoolafrica.com. But you should have gotten one. Please check your mail very well. I'm trying to see. Okay. Okay, so for someone that is saying why can't the payments be open once so that you can pay for 3 quarters or even four? If you are paying for 3 quarters or even four, then just pay for annual. So there are different payment options. There's monthly, there's quarterly, and there's annual. So it depends. We created these payments plans depending on your pockets and how much you can afford at a certain time. So if you can, for someone that can pay up to 3 or 4 quarters, why not just pay for the annual because it's even a cheaper option? That annual is just a one-time payment. Just pay that and you're done. You don't have to be making payments every single quarter, right? For someone that if you want to make more than one monthly payment, then just make a quarterly, which is first 3 months, right? So I hope that explains. Well, um apart from LMS videos, are there other learning materials to guide you guys? So yes, as I mentioned, there is live classes other than LMS videos, but there are live classes, and then sometimes your instructors could share resources and different things for you on your group chats, right? But it depends. All right. For someone that is asking how practical are these courses, like I mentioned, this will be explained during when the learning team explains. So you can ask them there. I am the community manager once again, right? So I don't have so much information about your learning. That's why we have different people in charge of different things. But for those that want to know how practical these courses are, if you want to get a curriculum, right, the learning team would explain this, or you could always reach out to the learning team. But the learning team will explain this during the onboarding, and you can ask them there, and they will be able to break it down for you. All right. Um, I think I've answered. Because the money is not for you. Yeah. I'm gonna find people on different payment plans. So no, there's no specific special benefits for people on different payment plans. It's just the pricing, and it's just depending on what you can afford. So there's no. It doesn't mean those are on annual. You don't get special perks or anything. No, it's just they already have access to a whole year, right? And they wouldn't have to be making. They won't be deducted every month or every 3 months or something like that. All right. So for those trying to find program managers, like I said, please be calm. You will meet them November 10, right? They would communicate with you. All right. I think I've answered everyone's questions, guys. I've answered as many as I can. Those that I'm yet to answer, like I mentioned, please be patient. We would have a whole lot of other onboarding calls, onboarding sessions. You can ask your questions there. This was just supposed to a whole lot of us are taking assessments, and it seemed like as if we were quiet, there's nothing going on. So I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys and bridge a little gap. I hope some people have gotten answers to some questions. If you still have more questions, please be patient, guys. This is just the beginning of your learning journey. You will learn more and you will understand more about the program as you progress. Once you start learning, you will understand more, right? So please, I just urge everyone to please be patient, right? You will get to know more about everything you need to know, every single question. I'm seeing someone say, ask a question about will you get a break after exams? Yes, you'll get a break. Like, so all of this will be communicated to you when it's time. But please, please be patient. This is 7:26 p.m. Nigerian time. I know that we have some Kenyans, maybe some South Africans here, and they are 2 hours ahead. This is 9 p.m. their time. So please, guys, we have to end. Unfortunately, we have to end today's session, right? But like I said, you will meet me again. We'll have an onboarding session for community. We'll have another session for learning. So you would get more answers to these questions. I can see someone says 12 p.m. there, right? So you get more answers to more questions when it's time, right? Move on. I can see you ask in this question. That means you did join this session on time. As I mentioned, my name is Adering Sola. Daring for short, right? And I'm a community manager here while you're learning. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for taking our time to join. I thought you guys are stayed till the end. I think we're about 120 on the call. I know there's some people that when we joined earlier, we're about 150 or 160, right? But as I mentioned, please everyone be patient once again. All your questions will be answered, right? If support or learning you always message me and I would try to respond. And please also be patient with support and all these people, right? You cannot expect a response immediately. Usually it takes 24 to 48 hours, but they will respond to you, right? Same as me, right? Unavailable. So please just be patient with us. Please, please, please. But thank you so much, everyone. As I mentioned, those that have Slack issues, I will personally resolve those, right? So send an email to community@Thoughts for Africa and let's resolve that, right? But thank you so much, everyone, once again for joining. I hope we all enjoyed today's session. We'll see you guys very soon in the next 10 days, right? And hopefully we have more people then. Have a wonderful night. Thank you guys once again for joining. Bye.